Over the last few months, we've been building a LEGO city for our minifigs to play in, and we built a whole new piece of land upstairs for the minifigs to eat and drink and relax on, and designed a mini-modular zoning system so that we can fit the maximum number of buildings in a limited space.
But then we got really busy with work and, well,
any minifigs that are upstairs have nowhere to go.
So today we're doing a challenge. Well, you're doing a challenge. 11,000 pieces, 8 hours. The challenge is to build as many buildings as you can in that time that are excellent enough to pass the bar. The rules are you get 2 Ninjago City Gardens sets. One that was previously built but has been broken down into its original bags. And one that's new in box. You can use extra plates only for the floor. And no other pieces outside of that. You'll get exactly 8 hours and a watch. And you need to build as many perfect mini-modular buildings as possible that fit into our city.
Okay.
After 8 hours, you'll stop, you'll present me your buildings, and I'll judge them. Exteriors and interiors, on looks, how well they fit into our city, and overall goodness. Anything that makes the cut goes into the city, and anything that's not perfect gets destroyed.
Destroyed?
Smashed.
Smashed? Okay. Starting when?
In about 15 seconds.
So I'm going to be building over here in this Ninjago area. We've got our pieces bagged up already here, and one set of instructions from the original set.
Meanwhile, I'll be over here building an alternate of assembly square, which we'll cover in another video.
So we're at hour 0, minute 0. And I need to start with a strategy for how to use these 8 hours. Building a single Ninjago City Gardens set seems to take competent builders around 12 hours based on reports from the internet. And we have 2 sets, so I probably need to go pretty fast. Although one of these sets was already built once before we took it apart, so the stickers are already applied, so that probably saves me about half an hour. To hit the time limit, we need to take as much design as we can from the Ninjago set, while modifying it to fit the size and shape and feeling of our city. I like to start by roughly sketching out what we're planning to make. The ultimate judge has a very high bar, so these have to be excellent to survive. I think the ice cream shop, noodle shop, and tea station are delightful and can go together in a snacks building, close to as is, just melting down each one to make it the right size. These other bottom floor buildings and this green apartment and purple garden also look good on the outside, but we'll probably need to change their interiors to be better public spaces. And I think this whole tower complex won't really work in our city, but maybe we can make it into a decoy building so the ultimate judge can have something to destroy. Okay, time to get going.
So while the challenge doer is building, let's come up with a rubric for how I'm going to judge this. Our city is really small, so we want to make sure that anything we add to it is excellent. The core aspects that we're going to judge on are aesthetics of the building, both interior and exterior. Is it ugly? City appropriateness. Does it make sense in the city? Will it look good with other parts of the city? Does it add something the minifigs need? Structural soundness. How is the build quality? Will it fall down? Is it structurally sound? And an extra bonus for delightfulness. But ultimately, we're answering the question, do we want this in our city? And if the answer is no, it gets destroyed.
Okay, so I think this looks pretty terrible. I wanted to keep the cantilevered buildings from Ninjago City, but they look a little messy and not really that cool. I don't really think the ultimate judge is going to like this, so I think I'm going to destroy this myself. So I'm just gonna take this apart and build this again, right this time. I do really like this ice cream station, which is straight from the set, just extended in both directions. It's simple but pleasing, and now there's space for high. And this is how it looks from the outside. Doesn't it make you want to come in? The noodle shop is simple and satisfying too. Green onions, soy sauce, garlic oil. I took the diagonal windows out of the noodle shop this time because they look a little too bulbous here. And I just added a flat window instead. And I'm using this portal-looking thing that was a wall in the original set as a roof for the tea time balcony, which I think should be a pleasant open space. This round piece is actually a Technic motorcycle brake disc. It only exists in 3 sets. Time for building 2. Let's make the second building a little smaller than the first one. I'm combining my favorite parts of all the bright light orange buildings from the set to make the first floor, which is going to be a barber shop. The barber works alone, so she only cuts one client at a time. Plus she has a workbench for her clippers and shavers, and a calculator. And there's this little elevator. This is the only word I could manage to brick build quickly, so the name of the barbershop is Cut. The second floor is going to be a relaxing cool-down spot with games and a couch and books. Most of this building is built with regular bricks with studs on top, but each end is built sideways with studs on the side. In LEGO, the thickness of 5 plates equals the width of 2 studs. So together, each wall is 12 full studs to match the building below. Putting studs on the sides lets us tile the sides instead of just showing the sides of our bricks, which leaves wider gaps between pieces, giving us this nice texture. This is a cool mechanism, which is from the Ninja hideout in the set. It's a working arcade where this mechanism pushes this printed figure up behind this stickered window, which looks pretty slick. I think I'm making pretty good time with this, so I'm going to take a break to eat.
Are you stressed out about this?
Yeah, I am a little. It's a really well-designed set, and it's a ton of pieces, and I want to do a good job, but I'm afraid I won't. And I'm afraid I'm going to get the buildings destroyed, so... But don't feel bad if you have to say they're not good enough. I have to just try my best. But it's time to get back to work. The weather's pretty good in our city, for now, so I think it'd be nice to have a rooftop dining area. I like the blossoming tree, so I want to make it come out of this purple house. So we'll roof half of it and tree the other. And we serve primarily crab here. There's a very short ladder here to scramble up from the game room too. And some railings so that people don't fall down. Okay, so we have 2 buildings done and we have... Oh, I see. My watch stopped. Okay. I have much less time than expected. This is like taking the SATs. Okay, so this third building is going to be really small because otherwise we might not be able to finish it. So this first floor is going to be a book therapy window. I'm a big believer in the power of books. And another power is to know the exact book that somebody needs that will help them the most in a moment of vulnerability. So that's what the person in this building does. There's also a tiny ladder to get to the next floor, which is going to be a comfort food only place. See, you can get soup, dim sum, or ramen from any of these 3 windows. Some spices for cooking, and some important tools. Okay, last floor. It's getting near the end, so I keep running out of pieces. So we're going to make the interior a clothier. You can come here and get some new shirts, some nice ninja gear, some pants. And even though this is just all the leftover tiles, I like this roof. And that's the third one done. I think these look pretty good together. My hand's cramping up a little. I'm not done yet though, we still have 35 minutes, so I want to build something quick and dirty and awful so that the ultimate judge will have something to destroy, and maybe to make the other buildings look better in comparison. Maybe an apocalypse gym? 5 more minutes! Okay, I can do this.
And then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, bricks down. So you've been building as much as you can for 8 hours. How do you feel?
Well, 8 hours is a long time, actually. Well, first of all, it was actually a great experience building the parts of this set that I did, even though everything was modified. I didn't build this set the first time around, you did. So it was my first time seeing most of it. The designers really did an incredible job with this set, so my job was mostly just trying to do my best to make it work in our city and showcase our favorite buildings.
Okay, well show me what you have. I think this overall looks really nice. The ice cream shop and the noodle shop from the set are my favorite, as you know. I like how you've expanded them, but not just doubled them, and everything still looks like it fits. I do like the clean lines, and I think it does look better than if it were cantilevered.
So, not to be destroyed?
Yes, I think it's good. It can go in the city. I also like this one. I like the brick built sign. The name is pretty hipster. I'm not sure I like the furniture on the second floor. I like the arcade, but it might be a little bit too big. But we can re-interior decorate it together. And I really like the top floor. The railing's nice, and outdoor eating spaces are fun, especially when there's crabs.
So, destroyed?
Not destroyed. It can go in the city. It can go in the city too.
None of these sound like they're perfect though.
I think that perfection is an illusion. The whole point of LEGO is to always be rebuilding. Like, this one is a takeout restaurant, but I don't know how you're supposed to get food from here. Maybe we can move it to the first floor, or maybe we can put pulleys so that you can drop the food down. It's alright. We don't have to destroy it. We can just make it better. This one though, this one is not good.
Okay, let's destroy it.
We can't do it. We'll destroy it with the brick puller. And we can put it back with the leftover pieces that we can make something else out of later. Okay, time to put the other ones in the city.